Okay, my art friends. Now, last week I gave you a foliage tip. I know it's springtime. We're going to really start getting into painting those flowers and the beautiful blooms and everything because it's spring. But I got a quick tip to show you how to jazz up your foliage or the petals of your flowers. How might you do that? By adding a dewdrop, and I'm going to give you a quick step-by-step tutorial in this Tuesday's tip of how to paint a dewdrop onto whatever you want, a flower or a leaf or something else. So, my name is Viv. I am the founder of Art with Viv, and this is your Tuesday's tip to help you save time, save money, or make you a better artist. So come on, let's go start painting some dewdrops. So the first thing you want to know or remember is the dewdrop is going to be the actual color of whatever background that it's on. Here I just made a swatch of green to represent a leaf. Now the first thing you do is you want to draw on your little dewdrop a nice oval shape, and then you put clear water to wet it. Then you want to put a darker color than your actual base color just at one end of the dewdrop. And you'll want to kind of pull that across the dewdrop and let it gradually fade down to the end, getting lighter as you go from one end to the other. But you want to keep the one end dark and one end really light. And I'm just adding a little bit more pigment here, and I'm using my brush just to kind of smooth and blend the pigment. See how shiny and wet it is? So then you're going to let that dry completely. Once it's dry completely, you're going to add a shadow. Now for this shadow, I added the sap green, which was the base of this, and a little bit of alizarin crimson, just to make a really dark shadow. And you want to come about halfway of the dewdrop and just paint a little crescent shadow around it. You don't want to go around the whole dewdrop, just one side, the lighter side of it, because dewdrops are funny in that the highlight will be at the dark end. The dark end is actually the end that's facing your source of light. That's really important. The back end is actually the end that's facing your source of light, the darker end. So it's the one that you're going to take a little white gouache and put the highlight on. So now I'm going to show you on an actual leaf, the smooth leaf that I showed in my last tip. Again, I drew the dewdrop, I wet it with clear water, and now I'm just taking some of that leaf color, the darker shade of it, and going to one end of the dewdrop. And then I'm going to blend it until it gets lighter onto the other end. From one end to the other, you want one dark end, and then you want it to fade lighter when you get to the other end of the dewdrop. Then you'll let that dry, add your shadow, just like we did in the demonstration, the other demonstration. Again, I used a little alizarin crimson to darken up that shadow, and now I'm using a little gouache to put the highlight, or you can scrape that highlight out. So for more tips, and to get my free course, How to Paint a Beautiful Butterfly, just go to my website, www.artwithviv.com. Happy painting!